Mandithathe elithuba ndazise kwaye ndamkele usihlalo webhunga elimele abafundi i-SRC uSis Phiwokuhle Qabaka. Sy is oorspronklik van die dorp Mdantsane in Oos-London. Mevrou Qabaka was nog altyd passievol oor sport en leierskap. She discovered her ability to inspire and guide others at a young age, serving as a prefect during her matric year and captaining the debating team and the athletics house. After completing matric, she enrolled in a Bachelor of Commerce, BCom in Management Sciences, specializing in logistics and supply chain management and transport economics. She successfully completed her qualification in 2022 and is currently pursuing a BCom honors in transport economics. Na haar studies het Phiwokuhle in 2021 die posisie van primarius by Lobelia beklee, asook sekretaris-generaal van die Studenteraad in 2023 en dien tans as die SR voorsitter wat studente se behoeftes verteenwoordig. Sy dien ook op die Universiteit Stellenbosch Raad as verteenwoordiger van die Studenteraad. With a strong commitment to excellence, Phiwokuhle continues to excel in leadership and logistics endeavors. Fellow Maties, please welcome your SRC Chair, the leadership of the masses, Ms. Phiwokuhle Qabaka.
I was hoping the wind wouldn't be here today, but nevertheless, then we are here today. No, thank you, Bantu, for the warm welcome. So as I begin, to the Vice-Chancellor, Prof Wim de Villiers, Rectorate members, members of council, faculty deans, staff members, general workers of the institution who are responsible for the upkeeping of our beloved institution, my dearest student leaders, and most importantly, to our newcomers and their families. Mandithathe elithuba ndinibulise ngale njikalanga molweni. Igama lam endabusiswa ngayo ndasikelelwa ngalo ekhaya apho inkaba nentsusa yam ikho. NdinguPhiwokuhle Sibongiseni Qabaka. Ndinochulumanco novuyo xa ndilapha ngalo mzuzu xa sisamkela abafundi bethu kwidyunivesithi yaseStellenbosch. A warm and heartful welcome to Stellenbosch University. As the President of the Student Representative Council, it is my greatest honor to stand before you today and extend my friendship and camaraderie as you embark on an incredible journey and at times a challenging journey of higher education. My address today is not just a ephemeral duty, it is a sacred opportunity to connect, inspire, and empower the next generation of leaders. Perhaps let me begin by explaining the role we play on our campuses. In the South African context, SRCs are statutory structures as provided for in terms of Section 35 of the Higher Education Act 101 of 1997. It allows for the establishment of the SRC, which has the jurisdiction over student matters. SRCs represent students on forums such as council, senate, and institutional committees. And as the highest representative structure for students at Stellenbosch University, recognized by the SU statute, governed by the student constitution, we fulfill our representative and organizational mandate through various portfolios allocated to a team of elected SRC members and appointed SRC managers. In simple terms, we are similar to what was termed the RCL in the high school context. Our team currently consists of 25 members, and we strive to be an SRC that progressively reflects the greater student body to ensure we promote a culture of inclusion in all our campuses. We seek to facilitate a practical and well-informed, multifaceted approach to provide students with a sustainable, holistic student experience built on advocacy for empowerment and innovation. We aim to be an accessible servant leadership body that embodies accountability and transparency in its intentional connections built to unify and transform Stellenbosch University. SU is more than just a place of learning. It is a home away from home, a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and aspirations. Within these walls, you will not only find world-class educators, but also long-life friends, mentors, countless opportunities to explore your passions and make a difference in the world. I always state that I may not be able to change the world. However, changing one student's life at a time is my act of active citizenship. Within the same breath, it is important to highlight that the institution has not always has been on the right side of history. It is a place where my ancestors were once not welcomed, a history that continuously pained them and reminded them of exclusion. However, the institution's commitment towards transformation, I am able to pat and share a space with my fellow South Africans. My experiences within the institution have groomed me to be the proud Black Xhosa woman I am today and continue to become. It is through the words of our VC, who constantly reminds us that our university is not an English, an isiXhosa, or Afrikaans institution, but a multicultural, multiracial, and multilingual university, where all students from all walks of life are welcomed, embedded in unity. It is through my lived experiences that many a times I'd always wished to have gotten the opportunity to speak to my first-year self around the experiences within the institution. I believe now that I can share those lessons with you all. Firstly, you are not just a student number. You are a valued Matie. Your lecturers are there to support you through the journey, so speak up when you're struggling. There will always be another Klein Saturday. Literally, it happens every week. Prioritize your studies, otherwise the mighty Newcomers will deal with you. Amongst all of you, I want you to know that we all come from different backgrounds, and there are students while sitting here with you that do not have accommodation, that do not have funding, that do not have any form of support. Therefore, it is crucial to be compassionate and have empathy for your fellow Maties. No man is an island. You will need support in your journey. Formulate those study groups and reach out again when you need support. This is not a sprint, but a marathon. Own race, own pace. One thing that SU has taught me, which was triggered in the past 2 days, is our sense of community and spirit of Ubuntu that our student leaders have upheld. One thing about us, in our times of need, Maties will show up. Lastly, there is nothing about us without us. As students, we are the primary stakeholders of this institution. I wish I could promise you an easy journey, but I would be deceiving you, because a life in varsity can be difficult at times. There will be times for tears and there will be times for joy. So as you navigate your way through the orientation activities, lecturers, and your extracurricular pursuits, remember that our student leaders are here to support you every step of the way. Whether you have questions, concerns, or simply need a listening ear, our doors are always open. As you transition into this new chapter of your life, it also happens to be a crucial year for our country, where as young people, we are afforded the opportunity to be the change that we want to see. Let us not underestimate the power within the youth. It is our time to rise and take ownership of our futures. I urge you all to register to vote for the upcoming 2024 national government elections. To the parents and families joining us today, I want to express my deepest gratitude for entrusting us with the education and well-being of your loved ones. Rest assured, we take the responsibility very seriously, and we are committed to providing an environment that not only fosters academic excellence, but also personal growth and fulfillment. You have done your part. Be proud of yourselves. As I draw closer to the conclusion, in our pursuit for transformation, I kindly request that all students stand and cite this pledge with me. So you'll repeat after me. As a Stellenbosch University student, I hereby affirm that I shall work towards the empowerment of myself and my fellow Maties. I will strive to uphold the SU values of excellence, compassion, accountability, respect, and equity. I shall work towards holding myself and my fellow Maties to standards that are anti-racist, anti-sexist, and anti-classist. Baie dankie, julle kan nou gaan sit. Tama, good guys, all the best.
Let's give it up for the leadership. Oh, Phiwokuhle President, Phiwokuhle leadership. I hope you remember, in the words of our president, that you are a valued Matie. And that value can really be seen in the words forward together. Saam vorentoe, sonke siya phambili. What that means, of course, is each one holds one and we move together. While it is 2024 and it's election time and election fever, and other people are fighting about who can fill up a stadium, whether it's in green t-shirts or red t-shirts or blue t-shirts or any other t-shirt, all I know is that the Dani Craven Stadium is filled with the maroon machine. Yeah? And so it's very symbolic that we all are wearing maroon here today. And it is a reminder, as much as it is an invitation, that we walk this journey together. We're starting it together in 2024, and it is our duty to walk forward together. To walk forward, holding hands, united, till we get to meet each other again at the graduation ceremony. Thank you so much for the inspiring words, Phiwokuhle. Allow me now to introduce Professor Wim de Villiers. Yes, the leadership. The Vice-Chancellor and the Rector of Stellenbosch University. Professor Wim de Villiers has gone full circle, born, bred, and buttered, and raised in the warm Stellenbosch sun. Matriculated from Paul Roos Gymnasium. Where's my Paul Roos graduates at? Yeah. And then graduated from the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences with an MBCHB. Wait for it. Listen carefully. With an MBCHB cum laude. The books didn't chow the rector chowed the books. He then went to Oxford University for his PhD. He said he just doesn't want to be called doctor because of the MBCHP. He wants to get a PhD too, double doctor. And then he moved to the United States of America, where he started at Harvard. Yes, Harvard, ne? And held several senior positions at the University of Kentucky, including the position of head of gastroenterology and administrative head of the Good Samaritan Hospital. He was included in the publication Best Doctors in America. Professor de Villiers het na Suid-Afrika teruggekeer met sy aanstelling as dekaan van gesondheidswetenskappe aan die Universiteit van Kaapstad in Julie 2013. Verkeerde besluite. Maar ek is bly om te deel dat hy vinnig besef het waar sy hart eintlik lê. Want kort daarna het hy teruggekeer na sy alma mater en is sedertdien die rector en vice-chancellor van die beste universiteit in Suid-Afrika, in Afrika. Can I get a Maties? On the national stage, he serves as Vice Chair of Universities South Africa and Chair of Higher Health. And on the international stage, he serves as council member of the Association of Commonwealth Universities. Fellow Maties, help me now in putting your hands together in making the stadium reverberate with noise as we welcome the Rector and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Wim de Villiers.
Thank you very much, Bantu. Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our newest members of the Matie family, the class of 2024. Come on, let's have it. A further warm welcome to your friends and family all around the stadium, those who live close by and those who have come from far and wide to send you off and support you as you embark on this new phase of your life. A very special welcome to the Executive Mayor of Stellenbosch, Alderman Geesie van Deventer, who also serves on the council of our university. Alderman van Deventer, if you could just stand up quickly so we can acknowledge you. Thank you. Now, I'd like to introduce you to members of the executive management of the university, the rectorate. Professor Hester Klopper, DVC Strategy, Global and Corporate Affairs. Professor Daresh Ramjugunath, DVC Learning and Teaching. Professor Nico Koopman, DVC Social Impact Transformation and Personnel. Professor Stan Duplessis, Chief Operating Officer. And Dr. Ronel Retief, the Registrar. And in her absence, Professor Sibusiso Moyo, the DVC Research, Innovation and Postgraduate Studies, who is overseas at this time at Warwick and Coventry universities, attending to research collaboration with these two universities. And of course, the academic leadership of our university, the deans of our 10 faculties. So I want to shout out to them when you hear your faculty. Professor Anthony Leysons, Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Professor Ingrid Woolard, Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences. Professor Dani Brunk, Faculty of Agri-Sciences. And representing the Faculty of Law, Professor Richard Stevens, the Vice Dean. Professor Reginald Nell from the Faculty of Theology. Professor Elmi Miller, Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences. And representing the Faculty of Military Science, Professor Frankie Monama. Professor Louise Warnich from the Faculty of Science. Professor Wikus van Niekerk from the Faculty of Engineering. And Professor Mabulu Madiba from the Faculty of Education. It's an absolute pleasure to see so many eager faces in the crowd. And today marks the beginning of an incredible journey, a journey filled with knowledge, friendship, and probably a bit more caffeine than you're used to. So buckle up. You're in for an incredible ride. And to our student newcomers, please get in touch with Phiwokuhle and the SRC when you have questions. They are, after all, your representative council and have your best interests at heart. So today we're welcoming new first years, and it includes students from Tygerberg and the Faculty of Military Science, postgraduate students who are coming to Stellenbosch for the first time, postdocs, and also new staff which started at Stellenbosch University in the past few months. En is wonderlik dat julle almal hierdie dag saam met ons kan deurbring. So I believe this event, the start of your university career, plays an important part in giving our new students a sense of identity, a sense of what it means to be a Matie. Dis 'n geleentheid soos hierdie is belangrik. En het is belangrijk om nuwe studente, julle wat hier voor my sit, die gevoel te gee dat hierdie 'n plek is waar julle behoort en om 'n idee te kry van wat dit beteken om 'n Matie te wees. So from the start, let me acknowledge that you have arrived at Stellenbosch during a time that you no doubt have read or heard about us in the media. And this has led to all kinds of rumors and conversations among friends and family. And I want to address it directly. Over the last few years, we've spent a great deal of effort to shape our institution into one of inclusive excellence where human dignity and mutual respect underpin all our relations and interactions. And it is in this context that the content found recently by Stellenbosch University staff in 2 rooms of our Wilgenhof residence are deeply distressing. It points to seemingly unacceptable practices that run counter to the values of our institution. And I'll get to our values in a second. These items have been removed and secured, and a panel has been appointed to fully assess the items. The panel will provide the university's management with recommendations on the appropriate further handling of this matter. Without preempting the findings of the panel, we will deal with this matter with the seriousness it deserves, and several measures have already been put in place. Now, this is important, and I want you to listen carefully. The safety and well-being of our students are non-negotiable. The university has a zero tolerance policy towards any acts, behavior, or structures that contribute to the demeaning of any member of the university community. We don't just want... Thank you. You hear that from the parents, eh? We don't just want you to feel safe, we want to know that you are safe. And I want to repeat this in Afrikaans. Die veiligheid en welstand van ons studente is ononderhandelbaar. Die universiteit het 'n beleid van geen verdraagsaamheid teenoor enige dade, gedrag of strukture wat bydra tot die vernedering van enige lid van die universiteitsgemeenskap nie. Ons wil nie net hê julle moet veilig voel nie. Ons wil hê julle moet weet dat julle veilig is. And we will do everything in our power to ensure that newcomers feel welcome and safe during this welcoming period and throughout the year. We won't compromise on creating a space where you are able to thrive as students and human beings. So wat beteken dit in 2024 om 'n Matie te wees? Dit beteken dat julle vanuit die staanspoor ons universiteit se waardes omarm en nastreef. What does it mean to be a Matie in 2024? Being a Matie means that you'll embrace and aspire to our institution's values from the get-go. And our values should guide you during your time here. And you heard what the values are from Phiwokuhle. And I'm a physician, as you heard. I'm a doctor, so I like to think in doctor terms. So I use the anagram E-care, E-care, excellence, compassion, accountability, respect, equity, E-care. And use these 5 words as your guide in all circumstances. They'll remind you that you belong here. Want die idee dat die Universiteit Stellenbosch 'n plek is waar net sommige mense behoort, is al lankal iets van die verlede. The idea that Stellenbosch University is a place for only a certain group of people is long gone. This place is yours. Hierdie is julle plek. At Stellenbosch University, we strive to be a place where we embrace human rights, where we respect people's lived experiences, where making room and being inclusive doesn't mean making yourself smaller. It just means that we are widening the circle. So most of you were in high school during the COVID years. So you know full well that the past few years has been a roller coaster. Your high school experience was tough, I'm sure, with ever-changing rules and regulations, but yet, here you are. Well done. You embraced the strangeness and uncertainty of lockdowns, online classes, isolation, social distancing, and you rose to the challenge. You were resilient. Die Afrikaanse woord is veerkragtig. Now that's what it also takes to succeed here. You will face challenges, but remember that challenges can be turned into opportunity. Now, let me emphasize this without instilling a sense of arrogance amongst you. Securing a spot at Stellenbosch University is not merely an accomplishment, it's a rare feat. Picture the countless young minds across our nation, continent, and indeed around the globe, all wishing to be in your shoes right now. So, for the second consecutive year, our application numbers for 2024 shattered previous records. Yet, amidst this fierce competition, you emerged victorious. Take a moment to revel in that triumph. You've rightfully earned it. So let's have another round of applause for yourselves. Well done. And whilst we are on the topic of securing a spot at this very sought-after institution, I was asked by the registrar to put this piece in, all right? So listen, bear attention. I also need to thank you all for your patience with the application, the registration, and accommodation processes via our new student management system, Sun Student. It is a sophisticated system that will simplify and enhance our enrollment processes going forward. But for the moment, we are still experiencing a few glitches that we are resolving as we go along. So thank you so much for your forbearance. Have I done my job, Registrar? Thank you. So, yet as you bask in the glow of this achievement, I urge you also to remain grounded and resolute. For those of you who navigated the challenges of high school just last year, brace yourself. Brace yourself for the imminent reality check when classes commence in the coming days. This isn't high school anymore. I don't say this to scare you, but to make you motivated. Be assured that we want nothing more than to witness your success. Stay humble, stay focused, and let this journey be a testament to your unwavering commitment to excellence. Die sprong van hoërskool na universiteit is nie klein nie, die werkslading is groter en jou selfstandigheid gaan getoets word. Maar jy sou nie hier uitgekom het as jy nie hierdie uitdagings kan oorkom nie. En onthou, die meeste professore, en ek sê die meeste, is nie so intimiderend soos hulle lyk nie. Steek jou hand op. Vra as jy iets nie verstaan nie. Jy is hier om te leer. And if things get overwhelming, and they will get overwhelming at times, I would like to refer you to this wellness checklist that may help you to stay the course. So there are 8 points. I'm not going to test you on that. I should actually, but anyway. So 8 points. Wellness checklist. Number 1, stay connected with friends and family. Number 2, make mental health a priority. Number 3, do things and cultivate hobbies that bring you joy. Number 4, get enough sleep. Number 5, set priorities. Number 6, think positively. And number 7, practice mindfulness, be in the moment. And 8, be patient with yourself and others, because you all have specific skills and talents that you bring to the table, and we're very eager to see what your contribution will be. We'll be there for you all the way, but it's up to you to make your dreams come true. And speaking of dreams, after the ceremony here at the stadium, we will again be hosting our signature Dream Walk on campus. Students from last year gave feedback on how they experienced this, and here's what some of them had to say. This is a memory I will live to forever cherish. The Dream Walk was magical. I think the Dream Walk is such a monumental moment. You really feel a sense of community. You feel that it's the beginning of something new and spectacular. And another student, I had this unexplainable feeling of hope and belief that the future is brighter than I could have ever imagined. One of my friends and I put up our dreams together on the same tree, and I think that's really something special. You're going to walk down Victoria Street, and when you pass underneath those banners and you hang your dreams on a tree, mark that spot, remember that spot, and return to that spot. That is the start of your academic journey. And return to that spot, come back on graduation to remind yourself of the promise that you made to yourself during the Dream Walk tonight. Because this is the moment where you take responsibility for your time at Stellenbosch and officially become a Matie. And from this point onwards, you will always be a Matie, and no one can take that away from you. Dis die oomblik vir jou om verantwoordelikheid vir jou studies en jou toekoms te neem. Drink hierdie oomblik in en dink elke keer aan jou ooreenkoms met jouself as jy in Victoria Straat afstap. Daardie pragtige straat belyn met bome. And throughout the year, as the work piles up and your dreams seem to fade, or you don't feel successful, or simply feel overwhelmed, this quote from Nelson Mandela might guide you in the right direction. The glory of living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time you fall. So take every day, every class, every exam as it arrives. Take small steps, celebrate the little victories, and then keep going. And then also remember, you are not attending university alone. Ons het uitgebreide netwerke wat jou kan ondersteun. En studenteleiers en die afdeling vir studentesake is daar om jou te help. We have an extensive network to support you, from the student leaders and mentors in your residence and in your clusters, to the lecturers and other staff in your faculty and the administrative units of the university, including our dedicated Division of Student Affairs. Please don't hesitate to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. En verder, studeer hard, maar kry ook jou neus uit die boeke asseblief. Join some interesting societies. I mean, we even have a Harry Potter society, a ballroom society. Explore the countryside. Make friends that will broaden your horizons. Choose a student experience that will transform you. It's all here for the taking. Take it. Allow yourself to be changed and transformed. Our slogan is forward together. Saam vorentoe, sonkie siya pambili. And that's exactly what I want us all together to do. We stand together and we go forward together. Thank you so much to the organizers for making this event possible, and enjoy the dream walk. Thank you.